And while the Spirit of the Lord is there is liberty. The Spirit of the Lord is inside. Oh, yes. I'm blessed. Oh, yes. I'm blessed. I can lift my hands and say, I'm blessed. Oh, yes. I'm blessed. It shall be so. Goodness and mercy. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Oh, yeah. I'm blessed. And every way I can lift my hands and say, I'm blessed. Oh, yes. I'm blessed. He showers me goodness and mercy. Follow me. I'm blessed. The Bible declares that death and life is in the power of the tongue. And tonight we're going to make declarations over our house, over our family, over our children, over our city. We're going to declare what the word of the Lord says. Because I believe that this year is a year of favor over your life, over your house. So look at your neighbor and come on, say this. My house is blessed. My family is blessed. My health is blessed. And my wealth.
Good afternoon. God bless you all. Thank you for joining me today on the Leader to Leader Live. Hello and good afternoon. I am so excited to be sharing with you guys on today. I want to talk in part 3 about the frustrated leader. We are in a series. This is week 3 where we're talking about the frustrated leader. And this week we're going to highlight in this particular live, we're going to highlight the dreamer's frustration. So we're going to talk about how to navigate frustration as a dreamer. So if you haven't already, take a moment to like, invite, and share. If you're watching this on the Coach Ramsay page or you're in the Power Up group, hey guys, welcome. If you're watching on Chanel Ramsay page, I want you to make sure that you follow Coach Ramsay because I'm going to be giving away some free stuff today and I don't want you to miss out on it. So do me a favor, like, invite, and share, and let's get ready to go. Hello and welcome. I am your coach, your leadership coach and church consultant, Chanel Ramsay, and I am here with the Leader to Leader Live, where you can expect to receive spiritual wisdom, practical tools, and leadership hacks to help you in your everyday leadership. I am so excited to be sharing with you today. If you haven't done so already, in the comment section below, just begin to tell me where you are streaming from, where are you watching live from, and if you're catching the replay, why don't you just type replay in the comment section below so that I know you have seen this video. Today is Freebie Tuesday. I want to give away some good stuff. So while you guys are coming in and you're watching live, I want you to put your Cash App in the comment section after you tell me where you're streaming from, okay? So tell me in one comment where you are streaming from. In the next comment, I want you to drop your Cash App. The third thing I need you to do is I need you to either share this or tag somebody in it. And once you do that, in another comment, I want you to write share, okay, so that I know that you have shared it. And that way you can enter the win lunch on us on today. Everybody loves a good Cash App, okay? We love to be able to say, I'm going to order my Uber Eats or my DoorDash, and I'm going to do what I got to do because lunch is on us today. So make sure you do that. It's Freebie Tuesday. We are in week number 3. of the frustrated leader. We've been talking about this, and I have been getting so much feedback from everyone about how helpful it has been to their lives. So I want you to make sure that you are staying on top of it. If you haven't been a part of the conversation, I'm going to do a quick recap, and then I'm going to encourage you, go back and watch the videos from week 1 and week 2. We talked about how frustration used well can fuel transformation. That's what we want. We want to fuel transformation. We have been talking about how to move from frustration to fulfillment, right? How do we move from frustration to fulfillment? How do we master this place called frustration? If you have lived through 2020, you are in 2021, then I know that you have experienced frustration. Hello, somebody. Okay. And if you have experienced frustration, then I know for a fact that you have been trying to navigate it in this season, and you have been doing your best at it. And so I'm going to just help you along the way to just pivot in this season by not allowing your frustration to overwhelm you, but allowing it to fuel you into the place called purpose. So I want to say again, thank you all for who are joining me today. I got some good stuff for you. June Grayson is on from Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you for being a part of this live on today. I'm so excited to talk about this topic because I believe it can be helpful. Don't just come on and watch, but make sure in the comment section you engage. So we talked about frustration. We talked about the points of frustration, how to use frustration to drive change. We talked about how to, what you should be focused on during your time of frustration in order to get the most out of it. We talked about frustration as a gift that tells us to pay attention, okay? And so there were many things that we discussed, but today we're going to talk about the dreamer. If you feel like you might be a dreamer type of leader, I want you in the comment section below to write the word dreamer. And I'm not talking about spiritual dreams. I'm talking about you as a person, as a leader, you have a dreamer type mentality. Okay, so let's talk about that. So many times people don't know whether they're a dreamer, they're a doer, they're a feeler. So let me unpack this word dreamer and what this means to be a dreamer type leader. Okay, so if you are a dreamer, number one, dreamers care about what's next. They think progress. Okay, is that you? All right, if that's you, every time I say one of these definitions of a dreamer and you know that's you, I need you in the comment section, just give me the hand up emoji. Okay, that is you. Okay, so dreamer cares about what's next. They think progress. Okay, dreamers love making things better. Okay, I know that's somebody that's watching today. You are a dreamer type leader. Dreamers start with yes. They plan as they go. Come on. How many of you plan as you go? You love change and nothing's ever done. A dreamer can't figure out why others don't get it. Okay, because some of our frustration is just that. We don't understand why other people around us don't get it, right? Because we are on fire. Dreamers hate details. Okay, they hate details. They're like, okay, I get it, but I'm looking at the big picture. I hear what you're saying, but I'm looking at the big picture. I know what we have to do, but I'm looking at the big picture. That is a dreamer. Here's some more good stuff about dreamers. Okay, dreamers irritate feelers and doers. Oh my goodness. Feelers are those that are very sensitive to people, always talking about people. How can we help people? Thinking about relationships. Okay, those doers are just work. I want to get it done. Okay, dreamers definitely irritate, frustrate, feelers and doers. Okay, another thing, dreamers thrive on progress. All right, who is that? Dreamers thrive on progress. When something is moving forward, man, you get excited, okay? Dreamers think people will figure things out. Woo! They're like, look, I don't need to go into it. They'll get it. They'll get it as we go, okay? Dreamers enjoy freedom and flexibility, okay? Are you that dreamer? Remember, in the comment section, let me know if you're that dreamer. Hey, Carlette. Hey, Dwayne. Thank you for joining me today. Dreamers enjoy freedom and flexibility. Dreamers, again, they start with yes. That means let me get going. They want to move forward as soon as possible. Dreamers get in over their heads. Woo! Okay, we talking now. If your events are ending in the red and not the black, you might be a dreamer. All right. If you take on more than you can carry, you might be a dreamer. Okay. Dreamers get in over their heads. Woo, that's good. Okay. Dreamers think about what could go right, while doers think about what could go wrong. All right. You see that difference there? Dreamers think about what can go right. Are you a dreamer? Are you a dreamer? Are you a dreamer? Do you fall in that category? Dreamers ask the question, where do we need to go? Doers ask the questions, what do we need to do? See, there's two different dynamics there that we're highlighting today, but we're talking about the dreamer. Many times as dreamers, we have been stuck in frustration, and I want to talk to you about why. Okay, I want to talk to you about the why. Why do you feel that sense of frustration? Okay, so the dreamer's frustration, because in order for us to move forward, we need the dichotomy of a dreamer. We need what they bring to the table. We need you to be the dreamer. We need that from you. And so one of the things that stops a dreamer from moving forward is frustration. And so where's this frustration coming from? What does it look like? Okay, now I know I'm about to get into the meat of what we're talking about today. So if you have not already invite, and shared this on your timeline, you need to do it now, because we are about to get into the meat of this conversation. And also today, I want you to go over to Coach Ramsay, Coach Chanel Ramsay. The page, the link to it is in the information on this live. You can click it. Go and follow me on that page. Every person that follows me on that page today, you enter to win a free consultation just today only. So make sure that you do that, and we are going to follow up with you. Also, some of you watching right now and you're like, I'm not really sure if I'm a dreamer. I might be a doer. I might be a little bit of both. I might be a feeler. I'm not really sure. But you want to know, I have an assessment to help you figure out whether or not you are a dreamer. So all you have to do is follow Coach Chanel Ramsay. Go to that page, like it, follow it. And on that page, I'm going to be posting the link to this assessment to help you figure out if you are really, truly a dreamer. Okay. So I want you to know that this is going to be really good. Yes, Dwayne, I am both a dreamer and doer. I'm a combo. Yes, Dwayne asks, what are you, Pastor Chanel? I am both a dreamer and a doer. I fit in both of those categories. And I love both of them because it asks the primary questions. And it helps you to understand, again, where you fit in life. So I love to push things forward. I thrive off of progress. I love seeing things get done, but I also ask the critical questions about what needs to get done. I love details. So I am both the dreamer and the doer. The feeler, not so much. I've become more of a feeler, but at the end of the day, I realize that everything at its core is about people and is how we do it well. So I work in both of those realms of dreamers and doers. But if you don't know which one you are, make sure you go to Coach Chanel Ramsay. The link is in the information on this live, and you can get the free assessment to help you figure out which one you are. Okay, so make sure you guys do that. So the dreamer's frustration, let's talk about it. As a dreamer, there are going to be times where you come into frustration because of many different reasons. So what is this frustration rooted in? The dreamer's dilemma is dissatisfaction. Okay. The dreamer's dilemma is dissatisfaction. And why am I saying this? Because the root of your frustration as a dreamer is dissatisfaction. This is the thing. This is like the Achilles heel. This is that thing that rides into your life in the form of looking like perfection, right? That you want things to go right all the time. It comes riding in on that, but underneath it all, inside of all of that ambition to do things in excellence, is this root of frustration called dissatisfaction. And it's sneaky because it covers itself and it mimics itself, and it looks like, hey, I just want things to go well. It looks like this great intention to do everything in excellence, but it's really this underlining issue called dissatisfaction. Okay. And you can't find the energy and fulfillment, right? Because if we're going from frustration to fulfillment, you can't find the energy and the fulfillment and live and live in constant dissatisfaction. You'll never find that energy. You'll never find that fulfillment if you stay in constant dissatisfaction. So here's the secret, right? Here's the secret. This is the thing that I tell myself to help me progress past the moment. And that is, some things are good enough today. I'm telling you, that statement right there will free a lot of us from the frustration, the nagging frustration, the reappearing frustration, the repeated cycles of frustration. If we realize that some things are good enough today, I want you to say that to yourself. Some things are good enough today, because many of us are driven with this perfectionism. We are driven with this need to have everything right every single time, and it's causing us to live in this place of dissatisfaction. Some things are good enough for today. Just for today. We're not saying that for the future, but for today. You can reach higher and you can go further on tomorrow. But learn how to release what happened today into today. Some things are good enough today. Woo! My God. I love what you said there, Dwayne. I love what you said there, because it's talking about contentment. And you know what contentment, real contentment is? It means that I'm no longer at war with my reality. I just said something right there. Because what happens with dissatisfaction is there's a constant war with what you see and what you heard. Come on. I heard God tell me this, but I see that. So I'm in this dissatisfaction with my reality. And what contentment comes to do is stop you from fighting what you see and rest in what you heard, so that you can move forward and have the energy, right? The energy to pursue what God called you to pursue, because some things are good enough today. Reach higher tomorrow, go further tomorrow, but today I'm going to rest, okay? Learn to focus less on the goal and more on the process. This is going to help you, right? If you want to come out of dissatisfaction, if you want to come out of that place that you're in where you feel like, I'm not seeing the results that I want to see, and I'm frustrated, this constant loop. Come on, I'm talking to somebody. It's a constant loop, a constant cycle of frustration. Learn to focus less on the goal and more on the process. When you do this, you disarm frustration. When you do this, you disarm frustration. Constant dissatisfaction turns into a nagging unhappiness and a persistent frustration. I don't know about you, but I have been, and I have met many unhappy leaders. I need to do a whole series on the happy leader. The happy leader. So many people are under so much pressure, so much expectation, so much unspoken expectation that we carry as a leader, that we consistently live in this place of dissatisfaction, what causes us this nagging unhappiness and persistent frustration. Okay? You got to disarm frustration. I want you in the comment section right now, write that. I am disarming frustration today. Come on, declare it. I am disarming frustration today. It's been in my life. It's traveled over from 2020. It keeps reappearing in my ministry. It keeps reappearing in my social life. It keeps reappearing in my personal life. But I declare today, I'm disarming frustration. Because here's the thing. A bucket full of dreams dilutes potential. You got to be careful as a dreamer that you don't walk around with this bucket full of dreams, all of these ambitions, all of these goals to accomplish, all of this stuff you want to do. You're trying to save the whole world. You're trying to do everything for everybody. And what it does is, when you have all of these dreams, you're diluting your potential. Why? Because in potential is the unfolding of purpose. If you never execute, if you never execute on your potential, you can never see the reality of your purpose. So as long as the enemy can keep you in dreamland, come on, as long as he can keep you in dreamland and actually never doing anything, he's diluting your potential. He's diluting your potential. Come on. Having a bucket full of dreams dilutes your potential. It's in the potential that you are unfolding your purpose. You're stuck if you dream big about tomorrow but can't execute today. All right. I know I just hurt somebody's feelings right there. You are stuck. If you can only dream big about tomorrow, but you can't execute today, you're stuck. As a dreamer, you have stopped moving. Frustrated dreamers live in the land of make believe. You got to break the spell. You got to break the spell. You got to break the spell. Come on. I'm here to break the hold of frustration off of you as a leader so you can begin to move forward. Come on. You got to break the spell. You got to break the spell. Many people in their churches, that I know many pastors have not gone into the digital space as a church. They have not launched an e-church. They have not really maximized their ministry potential on the World Wide Web because they are in this dreamland of everything is going to go back to the way it was, and we're just going to do ministry how we used to do it. Break the spell. Break the spell. Okay, come on. Break the hold of frustration and move out of that dreamland. Get out of the make-believe and live in where you are now. So here's how we break the hold of frustration. Here's how we break it. Y'all ready to break it? Come on, in the comment section, declare, I'm breaking it today. I'm breaking the hold of frustration today. I'm breaking the hold of frustration today. Here are 3 key tips, and I'm going to get out of here. If you haven't already, make sure you go over to Coach Chanel Ramsay. That's my leadership coaching page. I want you to get access to this free assessment to determine whether or not you are a dreamer, right? It's going to help you understand whether or not you are a dreamer. Go over there. If you haven't already, put your Cash App in the comment section below if you want to enter to win a free lunch on us. We're going to Cash App you so you can have lunch on us, but you have to like, invite, and share this live, and then put it in the comment section below, the word shared. So I know that you shared it on today, and your Cash App information so that I can make sure that we see it so you can enter to win. If you haven't already, I'm telling you, you want to take this assessment because you want to know whether or not you are a dreamer. Here's how. Come on, if you haven't shared it already, you need to share it. Here's how to break the hold of frustration as a dreamer, right? As a dreamer. Number 1, live a little more in the present. This is hard for a lot of leaders because we're very future minded. We're thinking about what's next. We're thinking about how to move further, how to progress the ministry. What does the church need to do to impact more lives? We're constantly thinking about that. So number 1, you got to live a little more in the present. Dream for the future, but actively pursue it in the present. Okay? Continue to dream for the future, but actively pursue it in the present. Okay. Number 2, stop looking for perfection and learn to pursue excellence. There's a big difference. And many of us haven't been delivered from perfection, right? We haven't been delivered from that spirit, okay, that's rooted in rejection. But there's a difference between looking for perfection and pursuing excellence. We can't all be great, but we can be excellent on our level. We can't all be grand, but we can be excellent on our level. Stop looking for perfection and learn to produce and pursue excellence. Frustration with imperfection is a smokescreen for excuses. I'm telling you, if you dig deep under that perfection, there's an excuse there. There's an excuse for why you have not moved forward. And number 3, the last tip I'm going to give you to break the hold of frustration is say thank you a lot more. There is something about the place and the grace called gratitude. There is something about gratitude. There's something about living in that space of gratitude that causes frustration to be disarmed in the life of the believer. Grace, rest, and gratitude. Oh, come on now. Grace, rest, and gratitude. You want to see more grace come out of your life? Learn to be grateful for what you have, what you've been given to steward, what you've been given in your life, and watch the grace of God begin to expand you. Watch the grace of God begin to expand your place of where you are and what you have been given to work with. I'm telling you, say thank you a lot more, and you will disarm. You will break the hold of frustration. Now, I hope you got something out of today's talk. If you are watching right now, you are live. Even if you're watching the replay, make sure you take a few seconds to ask any questions. If you have a question about the information we shared on today, I will take those questions and we can walk through some of the things that we talked about today. If it will help you as a dream leader, make sure that you put those questions in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them. If you haven't already, go over to Coach Chanel Ramsay and follow, like that page. And I will be posting on there the link to the dreamer assessment to find out, hey, am I a dreamer? And you will know at the end of that assessment whether or not you are a dreamer type leader. If you want more information on that, you can do that. Also, if you go over to my YouTube page, make sure, guys, if you are on YouTube, hello to my YouTube family. If you're on YouTube, hit the bell so that you can be notified every time we go live on our YouTube page. But if you go in my videos, you're going to find more videos about the doer, the dreamer, and the feeler. I have some videos there. Or you can go to my podcast. It is Leader to Leader podcast with Chanel Ramsay. Go on any podcast platform and you can find my podcast where I've also talked about the dreamer, the doer, and the feeler there as well. So you don't want to miss out on any of that information. Again, all right, guys. Okay. Oh, somebody. Okay. Good question. Quickly explain the feeler. Okay. I got you. That's a good one. I love talking about the feeler. Oh, you think you might be a feeler, huh? Okay. So here's a few things about a feeler, and then I'm going to put up some more information. Okay. So feelers care about getting things done with people. Okay. So that's a good question. No, this is how you know you are a feeler. You care about getting things done with people. You think relationships. Okay. Feelers connect and protect. They connect and protect. Okay, so these are going to be your loyalists, right? These are going to be those people that are ride or die. These are going to be those people that they might not do a lot, but they're going to be with you. They're going to show up. They're going to support, okay? That's those type of people. They think about relationships. Even when it's time for work, they think about, well, this person has kids and they can't, they're not available for that. They think about, oh, this person is married or this person has this situation going on. They care, they connect, and they protect. Okay, that's a good way to remember it. Care, connect, protect. Care, connect, protect. If you are a feeler, those are three things that you are mostly concerned about. Feelers worry how people are doing. They think about people's problems personally. Okay, they like working with others. They understand people's motivations and love meeting pressing needs. Okay, they love meeting pressing needs. So pressing needs are what we call in the nonprofit community felt needs. Okay, so that's anything that's impacting a person personally and immediately, urgently. Okay, so they love meeting those needs. Okay, so that's feelers. Don't most of the times they don't get respected for their opinion, but they do always keep in mind, and they're the ones that's going to bring up relationships. Feelers like to talk about aligning talent and navigating relationships. Okay, they like to when it's time to talk about who's going to do what, they're talking about relationships and talent. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, yes. All right. Bishop Sloan said, feeler, that's me so far. Yes. Okay, good. That is the person there. Now, remember, we talked about early in the live what a dreamer is. Now, here's the thing about dreamers that everybody doesn't know. Most people don't know, and that everyone is both a dreamer and a doer, but all of us are more one than the other. Okay. All right. So most people have those tendencies. It's just different things that show up stronger, right? So if you say you're a dreamer, you are a dreamer and a doer. If you say you're a doer, then you are also a dreamer. Okay. Those two go hand in hand. Now, a feeler is very different because feelers are driven by their love for people. Okay. They care, connect, and protect. So even when it's time to downsize a company, they're thinking about, well, they got a family. We can't cut them. Oh, they have this, but they just got sick. So we can't cut them. That's the feeler. While the doer is like, well, we got to get to this bottom line. And the dreamer is like, well, once we get there, it's going to explode and we're going to have money to do this and that. Okay. Just to kind of put it in a real world context of how each of them show up. And the crazy thing that I want everybody to always remember, is that each one, the dreamer, the doer, and the feeler, they are all awesome. They are all vital. They are all have strong contributions, and you need all of them on your team. You need absolutely all of them. Sometimes as a leader, we want people that just get things done. You'll find that there are both pros and cons with each of them, the dreamer, the doer, and the feeler. There's pros and cons in both, and all of them. So nobody gets off the hook as being perfect or special, okay? They all have issues. They all have areas that they can work on, but they all complement each other. And if you look at Jesus, you'll see that he embodied all three. That's the magnificent of him. That is why he is our example. You'll see that in all instances, you will see that he showed up as all three. There were moments where he was the doer. Come on. Remember the feeding of the 5,000? Here these guys sitting around talking about, we don't have enough food. He's like, give me that fish and that bread and let me do this. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. Okay. Not only did he get it done, he delegated. Come on, that's a doer. They're going to take all that we have and they're going to make it happen. Okay. He's also a dreamer. He talked many times about the kingdom and what was to come and what God was going to do. And so you see the dreamer, his big picture. Okay. And then you see the feeler. The Bible says that there was a night where he literally prayed for people overnight, healing all the way till the sun came up the next day, because he was moved with compassion to heal. That's the feeler. When he told the disciples to give the people something to eat, that's the feeler. Come on. All right. He told them to do that. That was him showing up as a feeler. He cared about their felt needs. He said, these people done followed us all the way out here into the wilderness and they ain't got nothing to eat. And even the disciples said that we need to send them away because they ain't got nothing to eat. That's a feeler that showed up. They realized, hey, we can't do it, but we know it needs to be done and we feel for them. So here we need to do something about that. So you'll see it even in the dynamics of the disciples, how the dreamer, the doer. Come on, Peter was a doer. Watch that, Peter. He got it done. He said, let me take out this knife and handle this situation. Okay. You'll see that Thomas, he was the feeler. He laid his head. He was more sensitive. There are different things that you'll see show up in their personality where you can see whether or not they were a dreamer, a doer, or a feeler. Yes. So Bishop Sloan said, or do you present this in a session, class, or sermon? Yes, I do. Absolutely. You can go over to coachramsay.com and you can see what we offer there. We have customized workshops that I can do. And then also if you want something done on this topic, I'm telling you, the assessment that goes with this to help people understand their leadership type is amazing. It's always, I did it at one church. I'll tell you guys this experience, and it was kind of wild because I did a leadership training at a church and they wanted to focus on helping leaders understand their leadership role. So we did the assessment. And at the end of I did a teaching on it. I did the assessment and literally people were crying because they realized that much of their frustration is because they were not in the right place in ministry. They were not in the right place that would accommodate their level. Have you ever met a doer on an usher board? You need feelers on usher boards. I mean, they gonna be the meanest people. They just want to get it done. Miss, we need you to sit down right here. That's a doer. You need a feeler that said, oh, she got 4 kids. Okay, but maybe we shouldn't put her too close to the front of the sanctuary. Let's move her to the back, where she could get close to the bathroom. So you need somebody that's thinking like that. So there's many times we have people in ministry that are not showing up as their best self because they're in the wrong place. And they're in the wrong place because they don't really know who they are, how they function. They don't know if they're a dreamer, a doer, or a feeler. They don't know if they're a relator, right? A doer, a thinker, right? These are all different terminologies that help you to understand your role in the church or in business and ministry. So yes, Bishop, I do these classes and I talk about this particular topic in detail. I love it because it's so eye-opening. It's so freeing for people to figure out their fit. Everybody in life want to know where they fit best. They want to find the joy in what they do. And many times they resent their service to the Lord that they give through church because they experience so much frustration. And the frustration is just because you're not in the right fit. You're not in the right fit. So you can never bring your full function to that position. Because you don't know which one you are. You don't know you're a dreamer, a doer, a feeler. You don't know how they interact with each other, right? How they rub each other wrong. Come on. When you know that, when you know who's on your team, especially as a leader, you know how to interact with them because you already planned for them. I had I used to call her a skeptic, but I realized she wasn't a skeptic. She was a doer. So while I was dreaming, I'm casting vision and I'm saying, God's showed me that we're going to go here and we need to get ready. And I hear the cry of leaders and they are crying out for training and empowerment. And she just, everything she said was so critical. And I was like, why? Just dream with me. Like, just dream with me. Stay with me for a second and just dream. And I realized that she was a doer. So while I was talking about the dream, she wanted to know about the details. And once I gave her the details, that pressure, that anxiety, that frustration she was feeling that was coming across as being critical, come on, it was coming across that way, but it was really an internal conflict she was having with, I want to see this done, but I don't think we can do it because I don't understand the details. Once I gave her the details, it deflated all of that. It just went away. And she became one of my biggest partners in what we have been able to achieve. But I didn't understand that because I didn't know where she fit. I didn't know how she functioned. So once I figured that out, I wasn't frustrated anymore as a leader thinking she was coming against me. And this was warfare. And I'm under demonic attack from my leadership. Come on. Once I got this revelation, I got this understanding, things became clear. And now I knew how to interact with her. I knew that when I cast vision, I needed to give details to this one. I knew I needed to talk about family and how it's going to impact people to this one because they were the feeler. I had to get my recipe together. I had to get all the ingredients when I cast vision so that people could catch it and run with it, instead of resenting me and being frustrated with the ministry. So yes. Back to your question. Yes, I do this and I love doing it. And we can definitely talk offline. You can go to CoachRamsay.com if you guys are interested in this. Don't forget to go over to the Coach Chanel Ramsay page and like and follow that page so you can get the access to the assessment. It is only going to be there. So make sure you do that. If you are in the Power Up Leaders and Partners group, I am so grateful for you guys. I'm going to post it in there because I love you guys in the group. Okay. So make sure you do that as well. You can join that group if you want to have some more of what we had today. I hope that you guys had a great time. If you had any questions or if you need any more information, make sure that you check me out on my videos on podcast, YouTube, and on Facebook Live and Clubhouse. We have Ministry Mondays. Okay, so Ministry Mondays is at 8 o'clock, 8:15, between there on Mondays on Clubhouse. If you follow me, we talked last night about when loyalty goes toxic. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And then the week before that, we were talking about what I wish I knew before I started ministry. That conversation right there was off the chain. It was crazy. So you want to make sure you meet us on Clubhouse for Ministry Mondays. Make sure you follow me so you have all of that. If you have not already, pick up the book, Activating the Prayer Principle. Pick up this book if you want to take your prayer life to the next level. I survived the COVID-19 virus in the month of March. And as I emerged from 15 days of being sick with having a fever of 104 for 15 days straight, when I emerged, the Lord released to me this revelation about activating the prayer principle. I want you to pick up this book today and get that. It's going to be a blessing to your life. The book right now is $10. It's on my website. Go to CoachRamsay.com. The link is actually in the information on this live. So if you scroll up to the top of this live, you can see it there. You can click the link and purchase the book. It's $10.99, I believe, on my website. The Cash App, you put it in the comments right here. I'm going to announce the winner for lunch today. So expect a blessing on today if you have done that. Yes, March 10th through the 12th is the Prophetic Prayer Intensive. People know that I love prayer. I love the power of God. I love to see God move. I love to see him touch the lives of people. So if you want to be a part of that, you are ready to grow in your experience in prayer, right? We're going to be talking about the Holy Ghost encounter. We're going to be talking about the Holy Ghost encounter. We're also going to be talking about the glory realm, okay, in prayer this time. And one more topic I'm waiting for the Lord to release to me, but we're going to be diving deep into this. And we're going to be doing a private one-on-one prophetic session for those who register for the early bird. It is I only have 25 seats, so once those 25 seats are filled, you cannot sign up for the early bird special. And I think we are down to 9 seats left. If you want personal prophetic ministry one-on-one, you want to get on the early bird, registration is $49. The link again is in this this live, so you just scroll up and click it and you can register. And also, if you want your dreams interpreted, we have a special dream interpretation session. We're going to have some dream interpreters on with us on that Friday night. So if you have a dream you want to interpret, again, this is only for early bird registrants. So if you don't register with the early birds, then you will not have access to that session. So make sure that you do that. And it's $49 to register. And you can see the link above in the live, the information in the live, and register for that. I think I've said everything that I needed to say. I think you guys are awesome. I hope you enjoyed today's live. Again, we've been in the series of Frustrated Leader. Next week, we will talk about the frustration of the doer and the feeler. Okay, since we're on this topic, I'll unpack it a little bit more. If you jump on next week, Tuesday at 1:30 Eastern time, we'll dive back into it again. Again, I want to say thank you for tuning in today, and God bless you guys.
My city is blessed. My nation, for my God is blessed. My house is blessed. My family is blessed. My health is blessed. And my wealth, oh yes, my church is blessed. And my city is blessed. And my nation, look at them growing.